about somebody who has said something that is going to have negative consequences for them. I do feel like initially they say whatever they have to say with a little bit of unwarranted confidence or maybe even naivete. They don't feel like there's going to be any fallout, or they don't feel like they're going to upset anyone. We've got Barbados, and it says blasphemy. So I feel like this is like insulting the host, right? Like, how are you going to show up to my party and eat my hors d'oeuvres and then you insult my shoes? Like, that's not cool. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime chime. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Thank you for the flower tango. Hello, Shadows Angel. Hello, Tango. Hello, Mark. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box, as is more information on how to become a member, and also a link to my Etsy page in case you're interested in one of my soy candles. Hello, MTM. How are you doing today? I've got a hair somewhere. So we have 3 new tarot decks. Well, 2 new tarot decks and no, 2 new oracle decks and 1 new tarot deck. So the one that I just showed you, this one is the Oracle of Heaven and Hell. And then we also have the Angel Tarot, which it looks to me like they are related in terms of the artwork and the styling. And then also have the Green, was it Green Witch? Yes, the Green Witch's Oracle. So that should be fun as well. I don't know how I'm going to fit any other decks of cards around me, but I'll get creative with it. I might need to get like some wall shelves or something. All right, so what else do we have then? Hello, Rebecca. How are you doing? Hello, Tiana. How are we doing? So we have Lelahiel, which I hope I said correctly, which is the praiseworthy God. Light of understanding acquires knowledge and cures illness. So very healing energy. And we have Nithaya. I hope I said that correctly. The generous God. Spiritual wisdom and magic helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. So this feels to me like we have somebody who initially considers you to be blasphemous, or considers you to be problematic, or maybe even working with the wrong forces. I feel like we have somebody who's judging you for what your gifts are, the way that you are able to help others heal or move forward through difficult situations. It's intimidating or concerning to this individual who has not interacted with someone like you. So basically, the way you approach your spirituality, or the way that you approach others, and the way that you heal others, is putting someone else through a little bit of an ego death, because they feel like they have all the answers and they're trying to yell at you for saying that you have all the answers or something along those lines. It's a little difficult for them to actually verbalize how they feel without feeling like it's a little bit judgmental. And that's the way it's supposed to be. They're supposed to be realizing that maybe some of these kind of like judgmental approaches that they have to understanding the world and their own beliefs need to be challenged, right? Thank you, Rebecca. Hello, Anthony. How are you doing? Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Anthony. Hello, Carrie. How are you doing? So we have the Devil and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, the issue that we have here is someone who feels that your ability to help others is problematic. This could range from, maybe you're in a relationship with someone who is going to school for massage therapy and there's issues of jealousy there, right? And you're just literally trying to help people feel better. We could also have some issues here with, let's say that you're into Reiki. You might be dealing with a Catholic boyfriend or girlfriend who doesn't understand what you're working with or what your intentions are. Sometimes the scariest thing for someone can be a process or an approach that they don't understand, and therefore it's easy for them to be afraid or attribute negative qualities to that thing that they don't understand. So we have the Eight of Swords. Yes, not understanding or secrets. We have someone with a blindfold. Even though they are looking right at it, they don't see what is in front of them. King of Swords in the reverse and the Emperor. So how much are you willing to, be open-minded when you encounter things that are different from what you were taught? It's making me think of the show The X-Files, and that dynamic that you had between Mulder and Scully of, let's look at the science of it, and I'm not going to believe anything too outlandish because that's just crazy, but also, wow, there seems to be no other explanation. Hello, James. How are you doing? I would just ask that you please not repeat your message. I do personal questions after the general reading. The general reading will probably go on for about another 25 minutes. And I prioritize the questions that are attached to a super chat or are from someone that donated a membership, for example. Hello, Key Controller. How are you doing? What else? Two of Swords in the reverse and the Two of Pentacles. Interesting. Two twos. Okay, so your skill or your gift, it helps people be more decisive or get through difficult times by reorganizing, reprioritizing, or helping them breathe and figure out the right path forward. So you are useful. You are very helpful. You are generating good karma because you help people make decisions with their best interest in mind. It's not, how can I make money off of you today? It's, okay, what's the problem you're trying to solve and how can we approach it, right? Hello, Anthony. There are 3 tiers of membership. The first tier is $3.99. The second one is $7.99, and the third one is $24.99, I believe. Here. I wrote it down, but it's going to be backwards for you. Just keep that in mind. But you can admire my handwriting if you want. If you want to have a personalized reading, do the Towers. If you just want extra shorts, do the Chariots. If you want to get extra medium length videos and the shorts, but you don't need the monthly card pull, then do the Stars. All right. I hope that helped, even though it was backwards. Hello, Soft Skin. How are you doing? What else do we have? Two of Wands, the World and the reverse, and the Three of Cups. So I know that there are differences or, variety is the spice of life. I know that what I am capable of doing is probably slightly different from what you're capable of doing and what they're capable of doing. But I just don't believe that what you say you can do is something that we could potentially do. You are teaching someone to be more open-minded to what the parameters of human capability and capacity are. And I think that has a lot to do with brain power, kind of like the movie Limitless. Not suggesting that you go find some drug that's going to make you like, I don't know, rot. But this is like you have access to hidden wisdom that this person is struggling to admit is real. They don't know if they should admit it. It's like, I think I should just believe that that doesn't exist, right? Isn't that what everyone else taught me? So we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse. Someone who doesn't see what you see. Seven of Wands and the Two of Wands. They only see what is there and you see what is possible. So an easy comparison, in my opinion, would be music composition. I love music. I can play the piano. I can play a little bit of flute. I like to sing. But when it comes to composing music, to me, that is just like, I don't understand how you do it. I'm incredibly impressed by people who can put notes to paper like that. I don't know how you do it. And that's how this person views whatever you do that helps people, with, however, a little bit of a negative connotation of, I don't know if that's really okay. Like, are you doing something that is like spiritually illegal, you know? Thank you, J-Lo. I hope you're having a good one. What can I expect next week? Awesome. I've added that for you. Let's see what else we've got for the general. We have the King of Swords, the Eight of Wands in the reverse, the Hierophant, and the Hanged Man in the reverse. So this is someone who is nervous to understand how you do what it is that you do. This is someone who doesn't feel like what you do could be something that is just like a natural skill or a gift. So it's like, what magic is this? Like, what are you doing? We've got a mummy there for the Hierophant. So it's like the mystery side or the mythological type understanding of the world, right? Like there's some science, I'm sure of it, but they feel uncomfortable because there are undefined qualities or there are things that they don't fully understand. And therefore, that is something that makes them fearful, something that makes them feel like, oh, I gotta get out of here. I can't do this. That was bad. That was bad. Hello, Masa. How are you doing? Oh, thank you, Anthony. Hello, Alex. How are you doing today? So we have SOS, distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. Heart to heart, deep conversations, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. The cleanse, you help people by talking to them. Now, maybe we could get a little bit more specific, you know, like in a personal reading, I suppose. But for the purposes of this general reading, the way that you interact with people around you helps individuals get through processing and maturing and getting through, like surviving an ego death or a dark night of the soul. So the way that you interact with people, you're able to help them see things that previously they were not willing to see or they could not fathom. Hello, McCall or Michaela. How are you doing? We have turnt, party animal, smacks, drugs and alcohol, surface pleasures, tiptoeing, avoiding getting caught, acting shady, and sneaking around. We have someone who likes to pray to the altar of their toilet. We have somebody who parties quite a lot, okay? But they feel like what you do is disrespectful, which I guess is the message basically saying like they seem to want to judge you for certain things without being willing to judge themselves. We've got the Bonnie and Clyde card, ride or die, us against the world, dedicated partnership. So someone wants to judge you for working in competition with God as opposed to working with. This is like you have these good intentions to help people and someone is either jealous or so frustrated because they don't understand how you do what you do that they're basically vilifying it or making it sound like a problem in order to avoid feeling like they're not as cool. This is the Metamuse Tarot. Hello, Argun. How's it going? I hope I said your name right. What else do we have? The Hermit, the Six of Wands, and the Princess or Page of Cups. So you have some insights that help folks get through this dark night of the soul. You help them to feel empowered and make the changes that they need to. And someone feels a bit naive around you. And this could be just a desire for them to feel smarter than you or more in control. But they want to make it seem like your approach or what you do to help people is weird or like a scam or overpriced. I don't know, man. They don't want to believe that what you do is helpful, or they don't want to believe that what you do is real, is a skill that helps people. So we have the Hierophant in the reverse, and they want to make it seem like what you do or what you offer as far as assistance to those that are going through difficult times, that it's like somehow inappropriate or not right. I know, I want a reasonably priced scam, okay, key controller? Thank you, Rebecca. Let me add that for you. Great question. Awesome. And we've got about another 10 minutes, a little bit longer, before the personal questions, but not too much longer. I'm glad you think I'm funny, key controller. Or are you laughing at somebody else's joke? What else do we have? Page of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse, and the Prince or the Knight of Pentacles. So I know that I want to like block this person's judgment out. They probably don't know what they're talking about, but you know what? Gosh darn it, every once in a while it's difficult to block out that opinion and just focus on what you're doing. But to be honest, there's someone who is jealous of your magic. With the Queen of Wands in the reverse, they don't have this like cool thing that you do. They don't have this connection or this sense of intuition or discernment, and makes them feel like they don't have as close a relationship with their deity, or that they don't have, I don't know, as great an understanding of the mysteries of the universe. Hello, Winston. How are you doing? Hello, Chris. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Holly. Holly, tarot cards, just one R, by the way. Tarot cards are not against Christianity. Tarot cards were actually invented or first used in the Italian papal court. So the Pope. And based on, you know, like the Hierophant is the high priest. So it's actually based on Roman Catholic art. But yes, the cross is there because of my beliefs and because that is taken from the pew, or one of the pews that was in the church where my grandparents went. Hello, Mohammed. How are you doing? And this reading, if I'm honest, I would say probably does resonate for those that are tarot readers who also believe in God, because quite often people will say that you have to choose one or the other, but I believe my gift comes from God, so I don't see that as working against each other, because my intentions are to help. So we've got someone who's claiming blasphemy on a person whose intentions or efforts actually help people rid the difficulties or the blocks or obstacles in their life. No problem, Holly. Hello, Renee. How are you doing? Hello, hello, James. Hello, Jamike. Hello, Almond. What's up? Yep, I agree, Argun. Thank you. Thank you for the clapping seal. That's funny. Hello, Raziel. How are you doing today? So we have the Empress in the reverse and the Four of Cups in the reverse with Temperance, and I love that. See, this is your mission, and I love that about you. This isn't everybody's reading, okay? But whoever I'm reading for, you have a particular energy, a little spark, little sparkle, maybe. You inspire others. You help people to feel empowered. You show the path that would be better for a person, not just of least resistance, but of the, you know, the path that would encourage them to become the best version of themselves. You help people to walk away from problems. You could counsel individuals or help people let go of addictions. You may assist people with codependent relationships and navigating how to walk away from that, but you help people. And there's someone here who feels like they can judge what it is that you do because they don't like the approach that you take. Well, that's okay. That's totally fine. You might want to do things different, and you can, but they're judging you out of a place of jealousy. So, you know, that's not exactly high vibe. Hello, Matt. How's it going? No, Mohammed. But that's a really weird question. This is the energy oracle. What else do we have? So we have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. And the door to personal healing and happiness. You lead people to where they need to be for this personal healing and happiness. You, my friend, have some good karma. And there's a person who is a little bit hesitant to understand the world in a way that allows for your skills or your approach to healing to be like approved. They're stuck in a particular way of thinking, and it doesn't really allow for however it is that you approach things. And that's okay. You don't have to agree, but don't you dare feel bad just because this person feels like you need to do things a certain way. Now, we do have door to romance here, and this could mean that you are being judged by a family member connected to this love interest of yours. Or it could mean that you are actually being judged by the love interest that is in your life. But I do think that these are happening around the same time. You are doing excellent work helping people move forward in their life, but there's someone here who gets a little bit judgmental with you on how you do it. Hello, Lemonade. How we doing? Let's get a few from... Yeah, we'll go with the mermaids. What else do we have? Oh, and I haven't done the other new one yet. Gotta do that. It's true, Chris, but that's okay. So we have hope and breaking free. You give people hope in moments where they need it most. You show them how to break free from things that have been holding them back. I like how it's an octopus that is holding the mermaid back. I mean, aren't octopi really great? I feel like that's a bad representation of octopi. What else? Inner knowing and magic. You have something that is special, and it makes someone who doesn't have that thing jealous. A tale as old as time. Someone sees that you have something they don't have. It's cool, so they get jealous. And then they want to make you feel bad about it because they don't have it. That's okay. They got some other gift. They got some other skill. But don't you let them convince you that you don't have this gift or that your gift is like demonic or something. Like, nope. Everything boils down to intention. Are you trying to manipulate and be deceptive? Are you self-absorbed and focused on your own goals? Or are you out here actually trying to be a good person? Do you want to be honest? Do you want to be helpful? Are you wanting the best for those around you? You know? Indeed, Mohammed. Hello, Rachel. What's going on? Hello, Mike. Aw, Mike, are you here telling me how to shuffle? That's like my favorite thing, man. Don't ruin it. You might be thinking about, like, if I were to do a personal reading for someone who is in the same room as I am, and I hand you the tarot deck, and you're putting your energy into the tarot deck by shuffling it, then I would do my best to not shuffle because it has your energy in it. But you, Mike, you're not here. You're not in this room. So I'm going to shuffle the way that I like. And sometimes it gets crazy in here. Sometimes the cards hit me in the face, but that's okay. It's just extra lively, okay? Hello, John. How's it going? Popcorn cards. I like it. So this is the Mystical Cat Tarot. We've got the Earth Tom or the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Sky or the Three of Swords in the reverse, and the Earth King or the King of Pentacles in the reverse. It's not of this world. It's supernatural or it's difficult to explain. So you're going to have some people who are like, bah, that doesn't exist. No, that doesn't make any sense. I need to be able to understand the math. Sorry. You help people heal. And if that's not enough for this person to be like content or approve, then they can just keep it moving. And it kind of just sounds like they want to be a hater. And you ain't got time for that. I appreciate that. So we've got the Six of Fire or Six of Wands and the Sea Tom or the Knight of Cups. But the Knight of Cups is in the reverse. And that's because we have somebody who is feeling a little bit withdrawn, feeling a little bit moody. They're feeling moody in part because you did something right. You did something good. Maybe you even did something that they were unable to do themselves, and that could contribute to that feeling competitive or jealous. We have the Hermit in the reverse and Sun in the reverse. So I really do feel like we have some, like, this is just somebody who's a bit butthurt or jealous. Like, I wanted to be able to accomplish that, or I wanted to be able to do that, and I didn't. Ten of Fire or the Ten of Wands and the Two of Fire or Two of Wands in the reverse. So this Ten of Wands or Ten of Fire looks pretty dramatic or tense. I do feel like there's an argument or someone who gets a little bit of a dressing down. Just kind of like, I know what your goal is, and I know you want me to feel bad about myself, but I'm not going to feel bad about myself. This is someone who I think presses you or pushes you far enough, like keeps saying things or keeps being judgmental or difficult to the point where someone says, okay, that's it. If you're going to judge me for whatever it is, then maybe you just need to leave me alone. It sounds like maybe you don't have a reason to be my friend. So why are we even talking? If you have such a big problem with me, then why don't you forget who I am? Why don't you leave my life? Why don't you just pound sand, you know? I do feel like there's a little bit of like, okay, then I think we need to stop talking because it sounds like you're pretty determined to judge someone on this. All right, I have to grab a few from the other new deck and then we're starting those personal questions. This is the Green Witch Oracle. Hello, Hooks, how you doing? Y'all are funny. Hello, Marcus. Thank you for the tip. How we doing today? I'm hoping we get some good news on that truck bed. Oh, Lord. I always appreciate positive energy sent my way. I appreciate you, Marcus. Okay, let's see. Maybe what I could do, Marcus, is take that $5 and go get some more. I need more stones, gems, rocks, because I keep adding to the collection. I have an addiction, you see, Marcus. I think we're at 103 now. Fruit, achievement, success. I love the detail on this card. Look at how pretty that is. I love this. See, you help people achieve things. You help people move past difficult times, which is why you have good karma and why there's like good things coming to you, and also potentially why there might be some people who are a bit jealous of you. So we have mint, abundance, persistence, proliferation. I love that. Mint is a great flavor, but you know, one thing that if I could steal it from the British culture, I love that they say that something is mint. I don't know, maybe they don't say that anymore, but I definitely heard it in Geordie Shore. This is saying there's a lot of good things coming your way because you help others find their success. So their abundance or success becomes your success, in part because you're happy and you are wanting to see them achieve those things, right? But also because the universe is happy about the role that you're playing. Why is this person such a hater? Broom, energy clearing and freshening. Maybe this person's a hater because you gave someone advice to cut this person out of their life. This could be someone who's mad at you because you gave good advice to a person who didn't need to be taking their BS anymore. But you inspire change, and whenever you inspire change, there's going to be some people who are just a little bit mad about it because they were counting on somebody not being able to change. All right. Excuse me. Let's see what we've got for our personal questions. We've got J-Lo up first. What can J-Lo expect next week? What can J-Lo expect next week? Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Cups. That's a pretty good collection of cards there, J-Lo. I like that. So this is a positive turn of events for you. It feels to me like there are contacts that you encounter or that things like level up for you regarding profession or career and also your social life. So this could mean that you're having like a lot of positive luck. You're charming people, you're impressing people, or someone's even falling in love with you. But things are like going your way next week. So this appears to be saying like, just like lean into it. If there's something that you want, don't leave it half finished because you have luck on your side this next week. Why the World in the reverse? Yeah, there's something that this is not actually about food, okay? But it's like you order a combo meal and they ask you if you want to upgrade it and you say no. And then 10 minutes later, you're like, dang, I really wish that I had said yes. This is maybe about a job negotiation or talking about your boundaries within a relationship. This is saying you need to make sure you're asking for what you really need. Do not like cheapen it or put it on the clearance rack or lower things. You got to ask for what you really need. Aw, thank you, Marcus. I appreciate you. Hello, Stephen. How are you doing? Let's see what we've got for Rebecca, shall we? This is the Morgan Greer. What can Rebecca do for self-improvement? What can Rebecca do for self-improvement? Five of Cups. Five of Wands in the reverse. The Sun. The Six of Wands. Strength and Four of Pentacles. So with 2 5s right out the gate, there's introspection over something from your past that leads to acceptance on something being done. Okay, I can't change that, or I can't change that person, or I can't go back and say something different. But you know what? Maybe that happened for a reason. Maybe that's not the person that I thought it was. Maybe there's something that I'm going to encounter over the next several weeks or months that helps me to understand why that thing didn't work. And absolutely, that's what's going to happen. We have the Sun and the Six of Wands because something else goes really well and it helps you to understand, okay, so that's why that job couldn't work or that relationship wasn't meant to be, because that was supposed to be for me. We have Strength and the Four of Pentacles. So, like keeping to myself or avoiding getting caught up in a relationship was the right choice for me, because that patience means that I ended up where I was supposed to be or with what I'm supposed to have. What else do we have? Judgment and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so I feel like you've already made much of this progress, but the letting go of things that you had considered your future, like what you needed to be working towards, updating those plans, accepting things not being for you, and making a new plan or envisioning a different path for yourself. These are things that like catapult you towards where you're supposed to be. And most important seems to be letting go of the things that aren't going to work out or just, you know, for whatever reason, don't align with what you're supposed to be doing. But you're well on your way towards this Empress energy. There's someone here who just couldn't match your energy. Someone who, it's like they're always falling short of what they said they would do or lacking the enthusiasm to be a part of what they want to be a part of. So there's someone out there that would, the way I'm seeing it is Jennifer Aniston when in The Breakup, she tells Vince Vaughn, I don't want to tell you to do the dishes. I want you to want to do the dishes. Like to just anticipate and do it. Like, I don't want to make it happen, right? That's this energy here. There's someone who is a self-initializing, like responsible, emotionally mature individual entering your life, and it's because you let go of this thing from your past that wasn't right for you. I love that for you. That's great. All right, so in honor of Marcus's donation, what is it that what advice works or is needed by the most, like the largest group within the collective? What's the most important advice right now? Page of Wands, the Moon, Page of Cups in the reverse, Eight of Swords in the reverse. Do not agree to something where you feel like you don't know what's really going on, or do not feel guilty for backing out of plans where you feel like someone is intentionally keeping you in the dark. If you don't have the information to feel comfortable about pursuing that, you know, maybe you're going on a camping trip or maybe you're going to a concert. If you don't feel like you have the information, then don't go. Because for some of you, this is like you don't know all the information because they don't want you to know all the information, and you're going to be much happier if you don't end up going. Hello, Tiana. What's up? Ah, yes, it's Friday. That's true. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And thank you for hyping if you're able to. I will see you on the next